On this episode of Break Up to Wake Up, what happens when an artist falls in love?
Alright, I just want to say, stop player hating out there. Stop dirty macking. Stop it. I never had this happen to me before, and I mean that for real. So some folks be like, "You just saying that?" Like, nah, I really. The waiter was implying that I had been there the previous day with someone else.
Oh.
When in actuality.
Okay, welcome to another episode of Break Up to Wake Up. Today I have a very special guest. This is Ari Rozario. She is a visual artist that makes really fascinating pieces hailing from Memphis, Tennessee. Anything else you'd like to say about yourself?
Follow me on social media, Ari Rozario. Go to the website, check that out, arirozario.com. Pretty sure you can put
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put all the info in the bottom,
right
in
there.
the description.
Follow me. Let me know what you think. Talk to me.
You know what I will say? I have looked at your art, because I followed you for a little minute, and I really appreciate about your art that I feel like everything aesthetically looks really different, but it all feels like the same vibe. So I really appreciate it. As a Gemini, I feel like
it's crazy that you say that, because that's something that I've recently said before about my own stuff. I recently had a show. I know you probably know that because you follow me. I had my first show in Memphis, Tennessee, and as I was preparing everything with everybody, I was like, it's all me, but it kind of has a different type of feel each one. So
yeah, it's they're all chapters of you.
I love it. Yeah, this got it perfectly.
Yeah. Okay, so today we're gonna get into some conversating, but the point of the show is just breakups are hard, and I feel like when you're going through it, it feels like impossible. It feels like I'm never gonna get over this. It feels like nobody on the planet understands what you're going through, but it's really we've all been there,
Yeah.
So we just like to discuss what we learned from those situations, what we were able to take away from them, and maybe how they changed us, how they changed how we think now, things like that. So before we get into the questions, just a reminder, everything's optional. You are here voluntarily. Anything you're not comfortable with is okay. This is a safe space. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I know there is a main breakup that you said wasn't that long ago that you were wanting to discuss, but before that relationship, where were you mentally when you met this person? Were you I'm doing me? Were you looking for a relationship? Were you life transitioning? Where was your headspace at when you met this person?
I think when I met this person, I was very much so focusing on myself, and I would say as far as transitioning, I was probably trying to transition to that next level me, that new me that was going to come into play anyway. So I think that accurately describes it.
Oh, cool. Okay, so you was ready for something new in life and romantic.
Yeah, I was open. I was open to new things, and it came along.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. How did it come along? How did you meet?
We had known each other. We had mutual friends. And I don't know. I wouldn't say luck had it that we just stumbled in the right location at the same time, but it was pretty much okay, I meet this person, we got mutual friends, obviously, hey.
There was a mutual attention there, a mutual draw.
You could tell.
He was I've been peeped you, you've been peeped me.
Right, you think I smelled good, we should do something about that. Okay. I told my friend, the mutual friend, I was see what's up with that.
Okay.
Slide, let's get some phone numbers exchanged.
Oh, okay.
And it happened like that.
Okay. Okay, what was piquing your interest? Like, was it like, had you spoken to this person before? Or was it like just they look good, or like was it some like what was piquing your interest?
I think it was like a
Or like a curiosity?
probably so, a curiosity. I was gonna say unexplainable interest.
Oh.
Sometimes maybe it's just the artist, the poet in me that just has to go a little deeper sometimes when certain things arrive.
Okay. So he was like, there's something here I want to explore.
Pretty much.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so you started, chit chatting, hanging out, meeting up, sneaky linking. So what made you decide? Like, what made you want to go into the relationship? Like, what were like, this person has X, Y, and Z qualities. I want to be in a relationship with you. Like, what was it about them that made you feel that way?
Well, I think we had a lot of things in common. And like the feelings that we had about each other and the mutual respect was, kind of enough to give some sort of ground for things to go forward. So that's kind of how I got started.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, and were your mutual friends supportive of this union? They were?
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. Okay, and how long were you together? Officially or unofficially? I know stuff be complicated sometimes,
It's about 3-4 minutes, something like that.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
wasn't the longest relationship I've ever
But sometimes those be the most impactful.
I mean,
sometimes those be having the most going on.
It was very passionate. It was very passionate, so
Okay. They had fire. that makes sense because the passionate, fiery ones. That's what they say. Like, it burns out. I feel that. I had I have an ex that I refer to as my 3-week girlfriend because we were only together for 3 weeks. So I refer to my 3-week girlfriend. Yeah.
You didn't tell this story last time.
No, I try to switch up the ones that I talk about, but yeah, we were together for 3 weeks. And I was caught off guard by how quickly it imploded because we were like friends first. Like, we were friends with like a mutual like attraction, and it was like we became friends with the intent to date later. Yeah. She had just got out of a relationship that was like really sticky, so I was like, I don't really want to jump into something.
Right.
That's when we can hang out,
Right.
So we were doing that for like maybe 4 or 5 months, and that was great. We got along, we had a good time, super good to each other, we were seeing compatible. But then the minute we got into the relationship, it was just
it's like a light switch or something.
Yeah, it was like something like turned, and it was just fell apart real fast. So in this situation with you, where did stuff start to like fall apart? Like, what sparked things falling apart? Like, was it an incident, an argument, lack of attention to the relationship? Like,
all right, I just want to say, stop player hating out there. Stop dirty macking. Stop it. I never had this happen to me before, but I mean that for real. So I'm supposed to be like, you just saying it? Like, nah, not really. Like, for real. So we were out having dinner, about to have dinner. We probably just sat down, and we were on, it's just me and her. We sat down, and the waiter's like, oh, what's up? And I'm like in my mind, I'm like, Jesus. Like, no. Like, what? And I'm like getting ready for the bullshit, because so she's like, you two know each other? I'm like, no. And the waiter's like, yeah, she was just here yesterday.
Oh, wait. So she said no, and the waiter said yeah.
I said, no, I wasn't here yesterday. And the waiter was like, yeah, I know her. She was here yesterday. I'm like, bruh.
Oh, she
like,
was there the day before?
Yeah, I'm like, I was with you yesterday. Like, what? What do you mean? So yeah, that was terrible. That was terrible.
Like she had been there with somebody else?
No, the waiter was implying that I had been there the previous day with someone else.
Oh.
When in actuality, like, I went to work and then I came home and, spent some time, but, it was just a mess of things after that. It was terrible.
Okay, so she didn't believe you?
Yeah,
like she believed the waiter?
It was a lie. It was a lot going on.
Okay, gotcha. But that was like the first
Yep, it was like skating after
but you was innocent.
I was.
It happens. That really sucks, being like wrongly accused of something. Because you because that looks bad. It's like, I know that looks bad, but like it's like you have to really just trust me. It's like all of the reliance and just the trust.
I probably shouldn't have given him a tip.
I mean, maybe
he could have got me.
Maybe they weren't trying to be messy. They were just like genuinely happy to see you again. Maybe, I don't know.
I've never seen this guy in my life.
Well, then yeah, it doesn't deserve a tip because got you confused with somebody else. Yeah.
Messed it up.
But tip your servers. Okay. So the trust started to kind of dwindle a bit, but were one of you or both of you or neither of you making an effort to fix things? Like, was there an effort there, or was it kind of just like it was just going and nothing was being done to like stop it from going downhill?
Like, I'm a fixer. I'm a fixer in all things, in all types of environments, but I think there were just some complications that couldn't be avoided.
Gotcha. Okay. And did you, I know you're from Memphis, but you're here now. When did you move?
So I've like within the past like 4 or 5 months, I've done a lot of back and forth for leisure and for business.
Gotcha.
But, yeah.
Okay, so was this situation here?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that sounds Atlanta. Having the server trying to get you caught up. Very Atlanta.
Terrible.
Okay, so when things got to the point where they just were... When things got to that point, who ended things?
I think it was like a mutual type of agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, sometimes you gotta take a look at where things are and where things quote unquote used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's just a matter of is this something that you could come back from? Like, are these different, like, irreconcilable differences?
Yeah.
Like, can we come back from this? Like, do we have what it takes right now to come back from it? So.
And you was like, nah. You both were like, nah.
We had to agree to disagree on a couple of things. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Was it just like perspective things, like opinions, or was it like what you were gonna do for the future you couldn't agree on? Like,
I think there were a lot of different things, and it was like it's a little deep. It gets a little deep, but it was several things. So.
Okay, so there wasn't really like a desire to like keep trying.
No, unfortunately.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I know in some of my past situations, especially the more like passionate ones like that too, I feel like there were people that like thought that they loved me, but I feel like I was with a lot of people who loved like what I did for them and the kind of like person I was, and like they loved this idea of me as like the perfect woman or like perfect girlfriend, and then like when I wasn't that, they would be like so like, wow, you're not who I thought you were, because I had this just idea of me in their head as being being perfect and like I wouldn't make any mistakes, so I felt like they loved not actually me,
Yeah.
But yeah. So looking back at that situation, do you feel like there was like real love there, or do you feel like it was maybe more like infatuation or like addiction or like convenience?
It could be one of those. I think it probably could be two or all three,
Sure.
all the above. All the above.
Yeah.
I don't think I got that deep into it.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. And in your blurb about what happened, you said that you felt like it was maybe like right person, wrong time. So like, what about that? What about the situation made you feel that way?
Like there were a lot of great moments, a lot of good times shared. But some things just get in the way, and it might make you think that you forget about the good times, but honestly, it's like it wasn't so bad. Like I don't hate you or anything like that.
We just don't go together.
Right now, it's just not, we on two different sides. So you just gotta call it.
So is there like a if X, Y, and Z wasn't the case, then I think we would work out, or if it was X, Y, and Z time in life, then we would work out. Like what's the fill in the blank there?
I don't know if I try and fill in any blanks. I don't like getting my hopes up. But I definitely think there could be like a scenario like that. But sometimes we just gotta move on. Like if it comes back around, we'll be ready for it. But for now, it's can't keep crying over spilled milk.
Yeah. I used to say that about like my like big ex from college. I used to say that with her all the time. I used to be like, I think if we had met when we were like 25, 26, we would have worked it out, but then I was like, you're not the right person at the wrong time. You were just the temporary right person. Like you're the right person for me at like 18, 19, not at 30.
Right.
But I also have a philosophy that like there's nothing you can do to make it work with the wrong person, but there's nothing you can do to mess it up with the right person.
Yeah.
So if it is, supposed to come back around, then I think sitting around and waiting for it or hoping for it or not isn't gonna change it happening.
Right. So I think I was just watching a video. I don't recall who it was, but it was like somebody needs you to be who you're supposed to be, because they'll never reach their potential because you never did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes the whole perspective thing can be a lot, because we want people to like take the lead and be an example so that we can be inspired by them, but sometimes it's just the other way around. And so I think that's probably what it is. Like, we just all teaching each other lessons. Whether you come back and do it right is a whole different question.
But not something to sit around and wait for.
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. I also saw there's this video circulating around the internets right now, and it's like these two women having this debate about what to do when you like find a good man, basically. And it's like one of them is like, if you find a good man, you need to keep that man because it's not a lot of good men out here. And the other woman is like, well, just because he's a good man doesn't mean that he's my man forever. Like, it doesn't mean that that's the man I'm supposed to be with just because I found a good man. That just automatically means I'm supposed to be with him. And the other woman is like, see, that's why y'all be single at 40, because you find a good man and then it's not good enough. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I think I agree with the one who says you shouldn't settle. Like, yes, I think it is hard to find like a decent, good person when it comes to dating, but I also think just because you found a good person who's a good partner to you doesn't automatically mean that you should like stick with. I think it means you should give it a really fair shot, a really fair chance to be your person. But I just don't think you should just settle for like the first good person you find. Because I'm like, I tried to do that a few times. Like, I feel like I found some people that were just good people, but not my person.
Yeah.
And I just tried to force it, and it was not good for nobody. You know?
But I think I can understand what you're saying. I think I probably always had the idea of like knowing that, like I always describe myself as being a good person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what other people say, I can't speak for that. Yeah. I can't speak for that.
Yeah.
But I do feel like I have like desirable qualities that some people may like, and sometimes they seek that out.
Mm-hmm.
They like, it's almost like they just smell it on me, and they're like, "Is this true?"
They do.
You know, it's like, but at the same time, it's like not just like these not just some free premium benefits available for anybody.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, so it's like I have to be cautious with that myself, because you know you might just end up in a situation you don't even know how it happened, just because somebody saw the good in you, and you know now you like trying to.
Yeah.
It gets wild.
It does. Yeah, I feel like I had some people who kind of. I feel like there were some people who felt like I was some person for like them to like elevate like their life, you know, like I'm supposed to be like a light shining for like you to feed off of, for you to feed your life, which is like cool, I guess, in a way, but it's like if that's like your main intention is to just like try to use me as a catalyst for you to do better in life. I don't know. There's just something that doesn't seem healthy about that, because I'm like, okay, well, what if I never was here? What if I wasn't here? Then would you just be stuck forever? Like, I don't know. I think it's complicated. When does something need to come from you versus when is it inspired from someone else making you want to do that stuff? I don't know. Feels like a slippery slope sometimes. But yeah. Okay, back to my questions. I know, and also you said some things about healing, and so do you feel like a lack of healing was a major part of why the relationship couldn't last? Like there was just some progress that needed to be made?
Yeah, I think so. I just think there were probably like more things that both of us probably needed to learn and or discover before we could reach that point in life to be able to develop that relationship that you really want.
On the next episode of Break Up to Wake Up, the road less traveled.
I can't take opinions from somebody who doesn't know what that was like.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes people will think their opinion is just so grand.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, it's like small valley.
Yeah.
You gotta continue to not be affected. You know, people want you to feel a way about certain stuff. Like, it's not like that.
Yeah.